debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Shalom, family. Put this here. All right, family. How everybody doing today? Blessed. Good. All praises. Thank the Most High for another day. Today we're gonna be going into the Tower and the Gods. The Tower and the Gods. What can we learn, and what are they doing today? You know, that shows us the same things that were going on during the time of that tower, right? Anybody got anything they want to share while we getting started about this week? Something you seen out there that we should have caught? No? It's another day in Babylon? Go ahead. I know you got some. What you? No?
I thought you took the
I just want to say, when I was watching 300, the Persian king name was Xerxes. That kind of threw me for a loop. I'm like, they really throwing it in your face without you even knowing who all that Xerxes is.
What you don't know, you won't catch it.
When you say the Tower of the Gods, is that a little G or big?
Little G. Always little G.
Yeah.
Always. Time to get that internet. 1 second. Well, what's everybody? Anyone got a understanding on the tower? What's something that you could share with us about what you know about the tower? The Tower of Babel.
Tower of Babel. Their intent was to make it high enough to meet the Most High, so they can war with him. That was the intent.
Everybody spoke one language at that time. That would mean for the future.
All right, let's get it. So first we're going to go to Romans chapter 15 and verse 4.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Yep, so things written aforetime, right, for our learning. Some might read that and forget that everything that, happened before, we could learn from today. And things that happened back then gonna happen again, right? So when we're going into this, let's look at some of the things that they're doing, today. Let's go to Genesis 11. Let's get some on this Tower of Babel. Let's bring that out from the top.
The book of Genesis, chapter 11 and verse 1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and it's like it. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the same name, therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth.
So the Lord scattered them, right? And after reading that, what was their mission? We just read it.
Reach the Most High.
Reach the Most High, right? Remember, Lucy said he's going to sit on the throne of the Most High. Let's go there. Let's go to Isaiah 14. Start at verse 12.
The book of Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cast down to the ground, which did weaken the nations?
Cast down, keep going.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
He will be like the Most High, right? This is his mission. This is his mission. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 17 and 17. Because he was cast down. It says, which did weakest the nations. We know that, he's behind. Him and his angels behind all religions of the earth, understanding the idol worships, these different spirits that, especially, Israel today, every time we see they following this stuff, stones and wood and all these different chants and stuff, that our people come, we wasn't really dealing with that stuff, but we seeing it more and more. A lot of people, I seen something pop up about a lot of, Israel, they call them African Americans, right? Going back to some of that ancient African worships, so they call it, right? Bring that out.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 17 and verse 17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth.
So when was the debate, the division in the nations? We seen again during the time of the Tower of Babel, and also before that, when the Most High was giving his heritage to certain people, even before Abraham, Enoch, and all those men. Keep going.
For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion.
So, these angels, let's go to Revelation 12. Because we remember before Christ's sacrifice, when you read Genesis chapter 6, we're not going to get it now, but remember the sons of God will come before the Most High. Actually, we will get that later. Let's go to 12 and let's start at verse 3.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth.
So check that out. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. So remember, it was something that fell with him, like when we read Enoch and Jubilees, it talks about that, right? Let's read that verse on out.
And the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
So this child, right? Herod was coming to get Christ. They looking to devour Israel now. This awakening now, the new tactic, it seems like they're trying to turn it just into the scoffing like we was going into last week. Mocking and saying that it's just some, another black movement. But we know what this has shown us, some of us, that a lot of people been knowing about this more than we thought. Like the content, the things been going on. People know more about the awakening than we even think sometimes, right? So we should know that we're getting closer and closer to the great tribulation and eventually the end, right? So we see drew the stars of heaven. Let's go to Psalms 82. Let's go here.
Verse 6, 7.
You start one. Just one.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 82, verse 1. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods.
The gods, right? The fallen gods. He judgeth among the gods. So we got to remember, they're going to be judged too. The people, it's not just, people just think it's just Lucifer. He by himself. Nah, it's many spirits that these people dealing with, but we know he's ahead of demons, right? He's ahead of all these things that they out there doing. Let's go to Genesis 6. Let's see how the sons of God, and let's break that down for some understanding. We're going to get some Strong's Concordance too.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 6, and verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair. And they took them, wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown.
Let's get that in the Strong's, men of old. Let's go to, we're going to get G5769. Men of old. What does that mean, men of old? And then we're going to go to Jubilees chapter 7. 5769. H5769. Family, if y'all want to write it down.
This is Olam, and it says, properly concealed, that is, the vanishing point, generally time out of mind, past or future.
Give me the Bible Hub one. It's a lot of explanation. It's a lot of breakdown in that one.
5, 6. Is it 5, 6, 7?
5769.
7, 6, 9. Keep saying it's not able to find that one.
It's should be old. Let's go to the verse Genesis 6 and 4. So we get that way.
This reads, Olam, it says always, ancient, anymore.
So these things, these beings of old, they're ancient,
Continuance, eternal.
They're eternal beings, right? The eternal ones. Having some talk with someone yesterday about the Anunnaki, and it's just, what is it with these spirits that they'll go on a whole 20-minute, 30-minute conversation about some stuff on the internet, but if we talk about it in the Bible, why don't they say, man, that's all in there, let me dig more? But remember, it comes back to John 3, right? Chapter 3, I don't think it's 18 or 19, but men love darkness more than light. Go ahead.
That's also in line with knowledge puffers up.
Mm-hmm.
So
when they get that stuff, huh?
Right. So they're not interested in the truth. They're interested in going tit for tat with you, playing testicles with you,
Yeah.
prove that they know something.
And they don't even have no clue that it's in here,
Right.
and
they don't care. They just want to prove that they know something over you.
Yeah, it's not about getting to the truth, right?
Right.
Which is Christ and everything that come with this Bible, the Most High.
Right.
Let's get some more of that. What it says about that men of old.
It says, lasting, long-lasting time, of old time, perpetual, at any time, beginning of the world.
Beginning of the world. It's saying these beings been around since the beginning of the world, right? We see in this breakdown. Keep going.
Plus, without end.
So these eternal beings. That's why when we read like Enoch 15 and the judgment of these beings and what the underworld, what the judgment is made for, right? Remember he say, nah, we should get that. We're gonna go to Jubilee 7 while I get this one. Go ahead, you have something?
No.
Okay. Is it Matthew 8 or 7? Come to judge before the time. Bless you. I know we call for sneak. Let's go to Matthew chapter 8 real quick. Let's get 8 and 29.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 8, and verse 29.
Let's start at 28.
28. And when he was come to the other side in the country of the Gergesens, there met him two possessed with devils coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, what have we to do with thee, Yasha, thou son of the Most High? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time?
The judgment, right? The judgment. That's what it's talking about. These spirits. We know Enoch 14 and 15 chapter talks about the judgment of them and how evil spirits became to be evil spirits, right? From these Nephilim spirits. Let's go to Jubilee 7. Let's get more on that 7 and let's start at 21.
It's the book of Jubilees, chapter 7 and verse 21. For owning to these three things came the flood upon the earth, namely, owning to the fornication wherein the watchers against the law of their ordinances went a whoring after the daughters of men, and took themselves wives of all which they chose, and they made the beginning of uncleanness.
That's matching with Genesis chapter 6, right? Keep going.
Verse 22. And they begat sons, the Nephilim, and they were all unlike, and they devoured one another. And the giants slew the Nephil, and the Nephil slew the Eljo, and the Eljo mankind, and one another man. And everyone sold himself to work iniquity and to shed much blood, and the earth was filled with iniquity. And after this they sinned against the beasts and birds, and all that moved and walketh on the earth. And much blood was shed on the earth, and every imagination and desire of men imagined vanity and evil continually. And the Lord destroyed everything from off the face of the earth, because of the wickedness of their deeds.
And that's going into the flood, right? Keep it going.
And because of the blood which they had shed in the midst of the earth, he destroyed everything.
And we know the flood was before the tower, but just showing how even after the flood, they always start to rebuild, right? And that's why Christ got established his kingdom, because with his kingdom, they're not gonna have no action at rebuilding the wicked world, really. You know, it's already wicked, but accomplishing what the devil has basically put in their heart. But we know that they can't fulfill what they're trying to do, no matter, you know, how hard they push at this. That's it.
Okay.
What you got? 27?
27. Verse 26. And we were left, I and you, my sons, and everything that entered with us into the ark. And behold, I see your works before me, that ye do not walk in righteousness. For in the path of destruction ye have begun to walk, and ye are parting one from another, and are envious one of another. And so it cometh that ye are not in harmony, my sons, each with his brother.
Let's go to let's get H57 or 5375.
Say it one time. Age what?
57. I was just like it. 5375.
375. Let's read 27.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish reading verse 27 while you get that. For I see and behold, the demons have begun their seductions against you and against your children. And now I fear on your behalf, that after my death you will shed the blood of men upon the earth, that ye too will be destroyed from off the face of the earth. This is H5375 Nasa. And it reads,
So NASA, right? Nasa, where do they get it from? You know, let's see what he want to be like the Most High. He want to sit on the mount of the congregation of the Lord. That's what the scriptures say. That's what's in his heart, right? Most High know what's in everyone's heart. Let's go.
this is accept, advance, arise, able to armor, able to suffer, bear up, bringeth forth,
The light bearer, right? Bear up. They looking to lift him up.
burn, carry away, cast, contain, desire, ease, exact, exalt.
He wants to exalt himself above the Most High, right? And these inventions that they had during Babel, it's the same thing they doing right now, even on a whole nother level, right? With where they at today. Let's go to 2nd Esdras chapter 13. In verse 29. We're going to go 13 and 29 through 38. This is a future prophecy right here.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 13 and verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
One realm against another realm, right? What they doing? Hadron Collider and all these things that they making, CERN and all these things. What's the real being? Oh, they're just scientists. They're just scientists. Don't argue against the science. The science. What Paul's saying, let's see if anyone can get that for us real quick. I'll give you a hint. It's in Timothy. I'll give you a hint.
So-called science?
Yeah, if we could, someone brothers could get that. One of y'all could get that.
Falsely so-called science.
You using the wicked inventions, brother.
Timothy 6, 19 to 21.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's bring that out. Go ahead, you brother. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to read?
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me a second. I was just trying to find it.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
First Timothy 6, 19.
Mm-hmm.
20. Laying up in store, let me make sure. Laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to your trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called.
So it's a false thing, they science, right? Because what's the end game? He looking to destroy all of mankind, womankind. Even them, you know. What profit a man to what? Gain the world, lose his soul. So,
What I see going on right now is a prophecy where he's gonna pour his spirit out on all flesh. So I'm even seeing the wicked start telling that they even start telling the truth. Because I noticed with some of their science, it's actually proven the Bible to be true. I mean, some of their science is one thing where the scientists was shooting. They was trying to line up something with the sun, the time or something like that. They couldn't figure it out.
yeah.
So one of the guys said, well, in the Bible it said that the sun actually stood still for 12 hours. So they are, you know,
Joshua and
Joshua.
Samuel, yeah.
So they adjusted their calculations to that scripture. Right on the money.
Yeah, they go in there atheists and come out believing, knowing, you know,
Yeah.
some of that those jobs and things like that. Where we at on that? Let's get that. Come on.
Picking up at verse 32 in 2nd Esdras 13. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Sion, and Sion shall come and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations.
Wicked inventions of those nations, right?
Which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest.
Yes, so let's read the next verse.
And shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame. And he shall destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto fire.
What do you mean by that? And he shall destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto a fire. Let's get some precept. Let's go to Psalms chapter 60 and verse 7. Let's get that one first.
The book of Psalms, chapter 60 and verse 7. Gilead is mine, and Manasseh is mine. Ephraim also is the strength of mine head. Judah is my lawgiver.
Judah is my lawgiver, right? But we know that what? Who gave the children of Israel the law? A Levite, right? So this speaking of Christ from Judah. Let's go to Revelation chapter 19. And let's get 11 through 16.
The book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High.
The Word of the Most High. We know Yasha, right?
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
This is without labor right here.
And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Most High Power.
Mm-hmm. We can read this first.
Come. Verse 16. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Easy. It's going to be easy when the way he do it, right? They can't fight back. Just even when we see the example when we had the Ark of the Covenant, right? They couldn't even deal with it. There's nothing they could do with it. No invention could deal with it. And remember, that was Christ going before them, like when we read, what's that, 1 Corinthians chapter 10, right? That was Christ that was going before them. So let's get two more. Let's get Exodus chapter 23. And this is Israel. This is Israel getting ready to get this promised land, right? But what did the Most High have for them? And people go into it today, these fallen gods. And we putting this together because the gods, the fallen gods, and what's the mission? The Tower of Babel is always their mission to get back. It's all Lucifer's plan. All the plans lead to Isaiah 14, right? Let's start at Exodus 23 and 31 through 33.
The book of Exodus chapter 23 and verse 31. And I will set thy bounds from the Red Sea even unto the sea of the Philistines, and from the desert unto the river. For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hand, and thou shalt drive them out before thee. Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
He say no covenant with them. Why?
Nor with their gods.
Nor with their gods.
They shall not dwell in thy land, lest they make thee sin against me. For if thou serve their gods, it will surely be a snare unto thee.
This is why people can't see. They go take that. What's that thing in Islam? Shahada. What's it? Shahada, right? They take that. They go chanting and stuff. And just the spiritual fornication that blinds you. So always know that the spiritual warfare is first. Always remember that. Last one. Let's go to Psalms chapter 2. Let's get 2, 1 through. Let's go ahead and get that whole chapter. 1 through 12.
It's the book of Psalm, chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage?
Why do the heathen rage? Gentile nations,
And the people imagine a vain thing. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together.
It say a vain thing, though. That means it's for naught.
Against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder, and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh.
So the Most High got a sense of humor, right?
The Lord shall have them in derision.
They'll be in derision.
Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure.
He's displeased at them.
Verse 6, yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion.
Yasha.
I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
And we know that, like going into what we just read in Revelation 19, Ezekiel 25. Keep it going.
Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Most High with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way. When his wrath is kindled but a little, blessed are all they that put their trust in him.
Man, blessed are all they that put their trust in him. So with that, that concludes the lesson, man. Praise the Most High that you're on the right side to know what's coming during the pipeline. And just continue to keep your faith in Christ and stay on the road to the New Jerusalem. Meaning that the new kingdom of heaven, because everyone should be able to feel it in the earth that something's about to go down, right? And if you don't know what's going down, you can't even spiritually prepare first. People think they're going to physically prepare. You ain't on the right side of this. You're gonna be taken. So with that, thank the Most High for everything. Man, thank him for everything. Even when we think we in a bad situation, he always gonna look out for you. And ultimately, you know, he got your soul, he got your spirit. So, you know, thank the Most High. Let's pray out.